hypnotized by chuckles of clown. Go up and down the big staircase, a secret panel to another place. I saw a guy wearing a hockey mask, and he's carrying a bloody ass. He chases me on down the hall, and blood was dripping from on the wall. Haunted house, all the things I see. Haunted house, being chased by a fiend. Haunted house, I wanted to scream. Haunted house, hope it's all a dream. Downstairs and they're following me into a room that's full of zombies. They're tearing into all my friends with a step in their end. Comes on my head by chuckles a clown. My knees buckle fall to the ground. And just when things couldn't get any worse, and now they're loading me into the hearse. Haunted house, all the things I see. Haunted house, being chased by a fiend. Haunted.
To the Chuckles and Laugh Show. I saw that there was an on-air sign, but nobody seems to be getting ready. So I'm gonna host the show tonight. Let's take a look at the script to see what the show's really about. I see. This show's theme is about a Native American. I know nothing about Native American, but I'm pretty sure Chuckles the Clown does. So let's get him on the show and start chanting his name.
Chuckles, 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 Chuckles,
Welcome to the Chuckles and Laugh Show, Clown Man. Finally, we got some talent on here.
You know, strangely enough, I feel like I've done this a couple times, but I'm proud to be on the show, as long as I'm not a jobber like POD.
Hey, fair enough.
What?
What
You
are
look
you
a
doing?
mess.
Wow, what happened to you?
Well, I actually have some good news that you might be thankful for.
Good news that I might be thankful for.
Yeah.
So we're no longer on public access. I am now rich, and I am on Cartoon Network.
That sounds good.
Think again.
I am on MTV, premiering before Beavis and Butthead.
No.
What's that?
Well, what type of good news is it?
Well, the good news is the fact that I found out I can bring you back by merging your clown evil souliness with a clown as equally evil as you. So I can merge you into another clown and you won't be a ghost anymore.
Really?
You will be physical again.
Why are you looking at me?
Oh, no particular reason.
I'm not an evil clown.
Oh, no, you're not an evil clown at all. Blood
No.
stains on your shirt,
This
coat
is
of
my
tail
blood.
on you.
This is my blood.
Yeah, so you're into that self-mutilation, so you're an Evo.
Is that appropriate?
Blood stains on your shirt, coat of tail on you. That is very good news. So you're saying that all I need is another host.
Yes, another clown with evilness equal to yours.
So you're saying all this time traveling thing that you've been doing has
It
been
is
an
pointless.
absolute waste of time.
Total waste of time and absolutely useless.
Story filler. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, story filler.
Whee!
I have a bad vibe.
Yeah. So I hear that you may have brought some friends.
Yeah, there's more news. I promise. Also, you know that Welford guy and his goons?
Oh, I know Welford well, and I do not like him.
Yeah, me either. He's a total jerk and sent me and a native friend of mine into Colonel Custard's time period. So I have a bunch of those guys for you to interview.
Colonel Custard's time. Yeah, how the heck did you survive that?
Sounds like a mustard.
Not very well. They're
Wow.
not. Yeah,
I could
they
put some
weren't
custard
very.
on my hot dogs.
No, not mustard. Custard.
Yeah, it sounds like
Yeah.
a topping.
They don't like nurses or witches or
You
nurse
don't
witch
wanna-
hybrids apparently.
No, you don't want to put custard on your hot dog. That's just weird.
I want to know what it tastes like though.
It tastes like pie on your hot dog.
That'd be
That-
nasty.
That sounds good.
You must be the same clown that came up with bacon flavored cupcakes.
No, I came
That
up
does
with bacon
sound
flavored
good.
ice cream.
Enough of this! Custard on hot dogs, bacon flavored cupcakes. What is this? Clown porn again?
No, it's
Whoa.
worse.
No, yes, it is worse. Why don't you go back there and find some of these friends of yours and bring them out on stage so we can be
Well,
entertained?
Bring
It
lunch.
gets worse.
What's worse? What could be worse than being?
They have the cyborg, and I think they're gonna reprogram it.
They have the cyborg.
Yeah, Welford and Lucinda and Deadly Dan have possession of the cyborg.
The only means for me killing Santa Claus, and they have him.
Yeah,
What about the remote thing you built?
There's no
there
remote.
isn't one.
I didn't build this. POD did.
Whoa,
Well, technically
there's
it
your
was
problem.
sent to us from Chuck the Clown, so you know you probably need to bring your brother out.
Oh, Chuck, brother, when you get here, once I see you,
Yeah, so I'm sorry, but
you lost the most valuable tool in the world. You couldn't have
there
lost.
was 3 of them and 1 of me. Welford's
We got so many characters you could have brought with you. You couldn't have lost the TP Bandit. You couldn't have lost the Boogie and Boogie Monster.
You
You couldn't have lost the Worm, but you lose Cyborg.
Do you trust TP Bandit time traveling?
Yes, he'll throw TP at people and it'll ruin it for everybody.
Yeah.
He gets back there and bring me back my creatures that may be on this stage while we go to a commercial break.
Wait.
What?
If they sent you to another time, wouldn't that mean they're still stuck in the same time because they don't have a time machine?
They have a Lucinda. I think she's smartened up.
Get out of here. We're going to a commercial break.
guided tour of yours all day. Can we take a break? My, ectoplasm of this ghost is starting to wear thin.
It's true. I'm a bit tired, and I could use some liquid encouragement myself.
Oh, yeah, he needs some liquid encouragement.
Hold that.
I don't know how to read.
Try to read.
I don't know what all these pretty pictures are. Oh, that one right there, yeah. Oh, look, the cat drug in.
And Chuckles, I'm sorry about this. Want a shake?
Buddy. Really? I'm an evil dead clown. You're gonna try to get me with a hand buzzer?
Yeah. Look, naked dead chick.
Where?
Crap.
Wow.
Did you just see that?
Yeah, you fall down and go, boo!
An eagle just flew right by and pecked me in the face.
Yeah, an eagle flew by and pecked you in the face.
Come on.
Yeah, let's go read this map some more.
Yeah.
That guy's getting some good ones up on you. Let's go read this map. What? I can't read. That's yours.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now I know this squirt gun full of holy water will hurt that devilish clown. I'm gonna hide behind these curtains, and when he comes, I'm gonna get him.
I think we're lost, Sacagawea. We've been walking this way all day.
My guide training tells me we're getting really close.
What are we even getting close to?
Just my no-no area.
Oh.
Buddy, have you ever heard the saying, look before you leap?
It's on a map.
You might want to leap that way.
Well, I could tell you we're getting close because I think I just got hit with a geyser from Yellowstone.
Really? A geyser from Yellowstone.
Look at me.
How did we end up from the Grand Canyons to the Yellowstone? We're
been walking
definitely
quickly.
lost!
We're not lost. Look, I got
Oh.
the map right here. See, there's the geyser thing right there. It's shooting up.
That's not a guide! That's an instructional on how to put a urinal cake in a toilet!
You're looking at it upside down. See?
Oh yeah, that's a
The
treasure
geyser.
map on top of some guy's... Ew, that's gross. Yeah, let's
The
go that
no-no area, guys.
No-no
Look
area.
this way.
Yeah, you were right. My bad.
Welcome back to the Chuckles Laugh Show, and we have a special guest over here. She's very well crafted at making the Native American jewelry, making the Native American garb, and she happens to be Native American, not one nation, but two inside of her. That's two different blood Native American. Let's hear it for Treasure! Welcome to the Chuckles Laugh Show, Treasure.
Why thanks.
And we have worked before scaring people, have we not?
Yes, we have.
I've worked for a place called Scary Acres. You better, Chan, or else I'll really come at you with a real knife next time I see you in there. Now, we're not here to talk about haunting, as good as it is. We're here to talk about your craft and the tribes that you hail from. And I hear that you have not one, but two Rhode Island tribes in your blood, in your family.
Yep.
What are the two tribes?
Narragansett and Blackfoot.
Now, see, I hate to sound like an ignorant clown, but I have actually, up until the last 2 weeks, never heard Blackfoot. You always hear Narragansett, Rhode Island. That's the prime tribe that's up over everybody's heads. Probably because they're in the news all the time, getting beat up by cops or whatever they're doing. But I've never heard of Blackfoot. Can you explain where in Rhode Island is their tribe from? What is the area that they...
Blackfoot is actually not from New England. They're from the West.
Ah, see, now that's why I've never heard of them. from the west, far out west, California style west.
Pretty much so. They were actually brought this way many years ago. I'm not exactly sure how they got back this way, but they were brought down because of the white people taking over the west, so they had to move them somewhere, and this is why they ended up over in this area.
So they force moved them to a tribe out here.
Yeah, a culture
Yes.
that they weren't used to, along with a lot of other Native Americans.
You know, I'm going to get to this point. I'm going to get a little sensitive here. A lot of Americans complain about how poorly they're treated, the Irish or the African Americans that came over on the slave trade, which is horrible the way they treated them. But ladies and gentlemen, the way we treated our Native American brothers is the most atrocious thing I have ever seen. And we are still treating them this poorly. You put them on reservations, which is bad enough that we went onto their area, took it over, and said, yeah, this isn't your land, we're going to give you this little crop. But after we gave them that little crop, we gave them areas where vegetation wouldn't grow. So to us, it's like, okay, vegetation wasn't grow, so we're going to give you canned goods. Which, ladies and gentlemen, canned goods, they have salts and preservatives in it, and a new disease comes around to these poor natives called diabetes. Not that whooping cough and all the other diseases we gave them were bad enough, we had to give them diabetes. And there are tribes still to this day, even in the Dakotas, that are dirt poor. And here we are giving money to Ethiopia and all these other nations that don't belong in America. Ladies and gentlemen, these Native Americans are the real forefathers of America. There's no way around that. They were here first, and we are treating them like trash. Instead of sending money out to these poor folks out there, we need to settle and take care of our poor folks that are here at home. Am I not correct with that?
Yeah, you are.
And I hate to rant about stupidity like this, because it is stupidity the way we're treating these folks. And if America would only wake up and see that these tribes are literally in their back doors. In Rhode Island, if you go down to Charleston, the reservations down there, those tribes aren't rich. They're really not. There's not the Pequot and the Musqueam rich folks roaming down in that area. They really do need people's help. So when they're out there asking you, I mean, there's stuff as little when you go online, you can actually donate clothing items to the Sioux Indian tribe because they don't have winter jackets or winter hats. And they're in the Dakotas. And the Dakotas are freaking cold.
Extremely, you don't believe me, it is bad. I got a brother that lives out in North Dakota right now, and my nephews and stuff are really having it rough right now. You know, you really don't understand that. Even though some of the tribes may have the casinos and stuff, you don't really understand how bad it is. Like right now, I'm working on trying to get my native card stating that I'm Narragansett, and you know, there are people that are Narragansett, and they are trying to be recognized as Narragansett people that are still, and some of the tribe members don't want to recognize us as tribe members because there are so many of us, you know, and it's really hard to be recognized as a tribal member because we don't have proof, or we have to look up our ancestries, and even trying to find our ancestries, it's hard to look it up because they don't want to recognize us as it, you know. And down in Providence right now on Broad Street, there's a group of Native American people that are trying to help people like me and others that want to become part of the nation, and it's really hard. But at least they're willing to try to help us become part of the tribes and all. And like he says, it is hard in other parts of the nations that are out there, you know, that are living on the reservations, and you know, it's not all about the money that is owed to us. It's about the property that that is our property, that belong to us, you know. And for me, when I'm trying to show people our traditions, it's not all about the money. It's more about the traditions. And the Narragansett Indians are basically one of the lost tribes. You can't go to the library to read up on our ancestries. It doesn't exist. Like you can go in and you can read about the Navajo and the Cherokee and all of them. But when you try to find out information in regards of the Narragansett and the Pequot, there is no information in the libraries about us. We're basically a lost tribe, and believe it or not, it's a wonder that we are, because considered that we're one of the tribes that were here when the English came and settled the properties and landed on our lands. You just don't find property information about us or anything like that, and it really hurts because we are one of the first few Indians that were discovered when they came here, Columbus and stuff, and it's terrible that you don't find that information in the libraries or anything, and it's terrible. I don't know what...
Now, to get off the negativity, because there is a lot that we can go into this and bring the people down, and they probably shut off the show, if they haven't already, because I've scared them. We'll get on the positive side. Now, you actually were in here smudging 95% of our insane members, which thanks a lot, because something in that smudging stirred them up. But you have a talent that is also lost on folks this day because they believe in sitting in front of televisions and playing video games, which I like that too, which is why I'm a fat clown. But you're a very talented young lady, and you make handcrafted jewelry.
Yes, I do.
Not only handcrafted, but handcrafted Native American jewelry.
Yeah, I do. What I do with my jewelry is I wasn't taught how to make any of it. It was all self-learned. Again, like I was saying, I make my jewelry, and the reason why I do it is so that I could pass on to my younger family members the culture. And another thing is when I make the jewelry, there's a purpose behind it. The chokers that I make, as you can see, I have one on. It's not jewelry, it's a purpose. And behind the purpose is the chokers were made as a protection. Like the Spaniards wore metal armored suit to keep themselves from being pierced by gun bullets, where the chokers were worn to be kept from the arrow tips from piercing their chest, because they would wear it along the chest so that it would keep the arrowheads from piercing the chest and possibly killing them. And that's why they wore the bones of the animals that they wore as a protection, so that they would pretty much like break the arrow tips from going into their lungs and things like that. So not only was it worn as jewelry, but it was also worn as a protection from the spear tips and stuff. A lot of different things that the Indians wore was not only worn as jewelry, but it was also protection as well. And another thing is when an Indian killed an animal, it would use all of its material. None of it was wasted, because they didn't believe in wasting anything that they would kill to use as food. They would use it as shelter as well. And that was the main purpose of what they did with the animals and the food that they used. Along with anything that they picked, or any kind of trees that they would cut down, was always used for lodging. They didn't believe in wasting anything that they used. It was always used for a purpose. They didn't believe in wasting anything at all. They didn't believe in taking anything that did not want to be used for what they needed the purpose for. At the time, and even now to this day, whatever they take, they used everything. And today, a lot of people waste a lot of the things that we have and we take for granted, which is wrong. The earth nowadays is being used for things that shouldn't be used for. The plastic that we use, that's why they have recycling, because we're wasting the earth, we're killing the earth and things like that, and we shouldn't be doing things like that, I don't know. I just don't believe in wasting things that we can reuse, and it's just wasteful. So I'm gonna give
Waste not, want not. The only thing I like to waste is an occasion human here and there. That's the only thing. And trust me, I give it back to the ground where the worms get everything. So nothing is wasted on that person.
I take you back.
That's it.